Hi everyone, this is Father Mark. It's my turn today to do the Gospel Reflection, and the Gospel Reflection comes from Wednesday in the 13th week of Ordinary Time. It's the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8, verses 28 through 34. When Jesus came to the territory of the Gadarenes, 2 demoniacs were coming from the tombs. They met him. They were so savage that no one could travel by that road. They cried out, "What have you to do with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the appointed time?" Some distance away, a herd of many swine was feeding. The demons pleaded with him, "If you drive us out, send us into the herd of swine." And he said to them, "Go then." They came out and entered the swine, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the sea, where they drowned. The swineherds ran away, and when they came to the town, they reported everything, including what had happened to the demoniacs. Thereupon the whole town came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to leave their district. One of my favorite authors is a man named Henry James, and in 1898 he wrote a short story, we would call it a novella, entitled The Turn of the Screw. The story concerns a new governess who is sent to a great estate to look after 2 children. Very soon in the story, the governess becomes convinced that she is seeing ghosts. Then she notices that she is seeing the ghosts of 2 former employees who live very immoral lives. Her terror escalates when she learns that the ghosts have formed an unnatural attachment to the children. Throughout the story, the reader is never certain whether the governess is actually seeing the ghosts or if she's slowly going mad. The brilliance of the story comes in the very last line. Henry James wraps up the story in one sentence, and the reader is left with a chilling and lingering sense of evil. I'm always reminded of that story whenever I read this gospel lesson. All of the gospel miracles end with people in wonder and awe, loving Jesus, praising God, and moved to deeper faith. Except this one. When this story ends, we are left with the uneasy feeling of evil. In the first reading, the prophet Amos tells us to seek good and not evil, that you may live. Well, this requires attention all the time. The gospel lesson illustrates such a choice made by the people of the Gadarenes. This was a Gentile location because swine were being kept in the area. Jewish people would not do that. This story, though, actually began in the gospel passage that we heard yesterday. Jesus and the apostles get into the boat, and they mean to sail to the other side. A violent storm erupts, seemingly out of nowhere. But the storm happened for a reason. Something knew that Jesus was on his way to them, and they put up resistance. But resistance is not futile. It strengthens our will and our faith. When they arrive on shore, we learn that the whole region had compromised and made allowances to coexist with the evil. 2 men were possessed by demons, living as savages among the tombs and harassing anyone who came in contact with them, even Jesus and the disciples. The demons recognized Jesus and called him the Son of God. They knew that Jesus would save the men from them, so they asked to be sent into the swine. Jesus gives a short command, "Well, go then." And this is where we start to get a real sense of evil. The demons enter the swine, and the swine make the choice to drown themselves in the sea. These same demons were inside the men, but they decided to live with the evil, to make allowances for it. The swine, on the other hand, which any Jew would consider to be one of the most unclean animals on the planet, the swine chose to die rather than be claimed or overcome by evil. The news spread quickly, and many of the townspeople came to the scene. But this miracle was not free. There was a cost. The cost is the choice to avoid evil and to seek and to desire good. For the town people, all of whom were made in the image and likeness of God, they chose to make allowances and to live with evil. So they begged Jesus to leave their area. And here we come to the lingering, uneasy sense of evil. This lesson challenges us to not be passive, to not close our eyes to the negative things that are happening around us. The solution to all of the ugliness on our planet, really, is to choose Jesus. But there is a cost. It does require us to take a stand. It requires us to seek good, to reject evil, and to cling to Jesus. May God bless you.